It's football time in Tennessee. Those words have long been associated with running through the tee, the glory of the checkerboard end zone, and the Big Orange ready to do battle. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the James Madison Dukes, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Vols will kick it away to start. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The fans are ready for this one. The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. You got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
The Dukes will punt this one away. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. Offense getting set for first down. Quarterback checking the play. Comes out throwing on first down. Quarterback adapting. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shot.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Volunteers are rolling down the field.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Wants to throw on second down. Makes a grab over the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment, because I'm always right.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee. He'll try to tack on one more. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Six-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Power football with the run. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. Touchdown, Volunteer. Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. And the extra point makes it 14-0.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
He doesn't get it back to the 25. He's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Wide open downfield. The expressway is whopped, and the ball slipped out. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. And you could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over and jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Jet sweep to the receiver. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Let me tell you something. When that guy goes in motion, alert, alert. He's a burner. I have to be 100% locked in and understand they can give him the football and he can burn. Great job on the defense being locked in on their keys and knowing that could be a possibility.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. Looking for a man. It's Washington. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Snagged on the outside. It's Thorne. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
That 1st down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 16. He's looking to throw. He's going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Hey, listen, quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David.
He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Tennessee 14, James Madison 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Back to pass, it's Washington. Moving away from pressure. Looking downfield. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky Lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. And the Dukes decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you wanted. I mean, offense is playing great defense.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Touchdown, Dukes. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves to change for the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And you can tell QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the fourth quarter game.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is four-down territory. Quarterback checking off. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown ball. They'll try to add another to their lead. He's looking. They fake it, and the kicker's looking to pass. And it's complete. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for blockers. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Give to the running back. At the 40, there he goes. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. To throw, it's Washington. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That ball is intercepted at the goal line.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback?
And the ball's on the ground. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back. Touchdown, James Madison. And the defense doing work. You know, the defense is all about stopping teams, but when you have a chance to swing momentum, scoop it and score yourself, it is such a huge play.
Yeah, you just go over the offense and be like, bro, we don't need you to do that. We got this. We'll score ourselves if we have to. Great job by the defense, doing what they need to do, and then go talk a little trash to the offense.
Out of the end zone. Slips through the line. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Got the quick completion. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Lets it fly. Where did he find a hole in that secondary? Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Memphis took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week. And the end result was a focused group of Tigers that fired on all cylinders. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome. And certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They'll throw it on first down. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to throw, it's Washington. Lets it go. Finds a man in the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Dukes will line up to punt it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Can they catch it? You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
The option look. Now the toss. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteer! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their quarterback in position to make the play?
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Getting some heat.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
Makes the grab close to the logo. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback will audible. Going up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Thorne. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown,
Coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
14.
On the move from inside his 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Dukes will kick it off to start the second half. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They're getting this guy lathered up. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
Dialing up a second down pass play. They're setting up the screen. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. The give on the inside. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
And And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quick...
Touchdown, Dukes! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Purdue looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Boilermakers. Offense, defense, and special teams all doing its part. Heck of a showing. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
He's tackled at the 16-yard line. Second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. Snags it down the right side. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 on the play. Second down coming up.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. He'll do it himself. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker. You could tell. Locked in on the quarterback. Chases him down. Gets to him. And not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle. Gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. The Vols line up to punt it away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football.
And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Offense gets set for 2nd down. The lone back's got it. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Tennessee 43, James Madison 21.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, it's Washington. He's going to throw deep right side. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back has it. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down. He's racked up 92 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. The give from the gun. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
A nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man, when you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
To the air, it's Washington. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. Got his man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Dukes want to pick up the tempo. give to the back. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
This time, he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the two-point conversion but was denied. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a chance. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. They want that clock to run. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Racing down the left side. The 30. The 20.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Quarterback's just going to take a knee. After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters.